Good morning all. Myself Sandeep MS, Assistant Professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering. I heartily welcome you all on behalf of Mechanical Engineering Department NIEIT Mysuru to the STTP on Automation Technologies in FMCG sector in association with MSME Development Institute, Bengaluru, Ministry of MSME, Government of India. Our last day session of 1 week STTP would be on career opportunities and growth in FMCG industries, and it will be handled by distinguished speakers Shri Ravi Kumar E, Maintenance Engineer in ITC Limited, Food Division, Mysuru. I heartily welcome Shri Ravi Kumar for the program. Now I would like to introduce our speaker with a brief description about his profile. Shri Ravi Kumar is a dynamic professional with 12 plus years of experience in various industries in different positions and acquired a vast knowledge in the field of maintenance, utilities and factory projects. He started his career as a maintenance officer in MTR Food Private Limited, Bangalore, then as an executive, projects and utilities in Cadbury India Limited, Bangalore, later as an executive in United Breweries, Mysuru, and then as a senior engineer, maintenance and projects, Sadvik Asia Private Limited, Hosur. Finally joined as an assistant manager, maintenance and project ITC Limited Foods Division, and now he is the maintenance manager in the same company. I once again welcome you to the program, Mr. Ravi Kumar. And now,
thank you.
Now I would hand over the session to you, sir. Kindly take over.
Thank you. Just a minute. Good morning, everyone. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I think Mr. Madhu has already given a brief introduction about my profile and the kind of experience I have in FMCG sector. So today my topic session would be the role of engineers in FMCG sectors and what are the career opportunities and how a career growth of of an engineer looks like in FMCG sector. So I will briefly take you through the FMCG market in India and then how ITC is contributing to the FMCG sector. So what is our share of business or our share of revenue towards FMCG, and then product portfolios of ITC foods, and what are the different categories we are operating in. So to give a brief introduction of the FMCG market in India, you can see that if you see the market size, it is more than 6.5 lakh crores market with a compounded annual growth rate of more than 20% in last 20 years. So you can see that the kind of strength and stability of this segment. So in fact, it's needless to say that even during this COVID-19 pandemic, top FMCG players like ITC, Nestle, Britannia, as they have posted their highest ever sales number and generated huge revenue and profit even during the lockdown period. So this itself says the kind of potential about this market, and there are enormous job opportunities in this market for the budding young engineers. Okay. Then if you go through the market segmentation, you can see this pie chart. It's needless to say that it is heavily dominated by the foods and beverages sector, which is contributing to around 53%, and then followed by the personal care products, which is around 20%, and then tobacco and household care forming the rest of the contribution. Then when it comes to revenue generation in terms of market share, these are some of the major players. I think there are many other players also. I've picked some of the top 5, 6 companies which are contributing majorly to the market share. You can see that ITC is contributing around 14% of the revenue to the FMCG market, followed by the Hindustan Unilever Limited, which is around 12%, and Nestle 3%, Britannia 3%, and then Patanjali, Dabur, and there are many other companies like Colgate, Palmolive, and then GSK. There are many other companies. I have only chosen to mention only 5-6 top players in this slide. So let us see if you see FMCG business, the kind of products or the sector we operate in. These are the brands of the ITC. You can see from this slide. So Ashirvad is our top brand, where we are operating in the staples and meals category. So in this also, Ashirvad Atta is our top brand. And we have Ashirvad spices and instant mixes also from the same brand name. And the second thing, you can see that we operate in the biscuit segment also by the brand name Sunfish Biscuits. And then Bingo is our snacks brand, wherein we manufacture potato chips, and then Tede Mede, Mad Angles, etc. These are all fried snacks. And then Be Natural is our beverages brand. And we also have Yippee in the noodles and pasta segment, and we are into premium chocolate segment also. So we have Fabel chocolate in the division, and then this premium coffee powder and coffee cream. The brand name is Sunbeam. And we are into ready-to-eat products, wherein we operate by the brand name Kitchens of India. We produce both vegetarian and non-vegetarian ready-to-eat products. And majority of those Kitchens of India ready-to-eat products will be exported to the other countries also. And we do also operate in confectionery segment by the brand name Minto and Candyman. These are the hard-boiled candies and then chocolates. And then you have ITC MasterChef in the frozen food segment. And we are selling the potatoes collected from the farmers by the name Farmland. So we directly sell the raw potatoes. The brand name is Farmland. And we are also into the beverages, where we have milkshakes by the brand name Wonders Milk, and then student stationery products. We are operating by the brand name Classmate, and we are into paper and specialty papers division, where we produce different kind of paper as per the requirement of various industries under the brand name Papercraft. And Essence Devils is a perfume product of ITC, and then Fiamma, Vivel, these are the soap products. And Engage is again this is a deodorant and spray. And we are also into hand sanitizers. We are having Savlon product, which is into hand sanitizer category. And then we have Superior Gangajal, again it is a kind of bathing soap. And Shower to Shower is the talcum powder, And then Charmis is the beauty cream we operate. And then Mangaldeep is the Agarbatti brand of ITC. And we are also into lifestyle and apparel segment. The brand name is Will's Lifestyle. So if you see the ITC's brand, our revenue generated in the year 1920 was 13,000 plus crores, and in the year 20 it has grown up to 17,200 crores. If you see the top brands, Ashirvad is our top brand. That too, Ashirvad Atta playing a significant role in generating these numbers. You see, it is a 6,000 crore plus revenue generating, and then followed by the biscuit category, which is around 4,000 crores, and then you have Bingo Snacks, which is around 2,700 crores, and we have Classmate, EP, and other products. So coming to the manufacturing units, where and all we are manufacturing these food products inside the India. You can see we have, these are the locations of the plants in India. can see we have a manufacturing facility in Kapurthala in the state of Punjab, where we manufacture beverages and then snacks, and we have a factory in Haridwar. In fact, this was the first factory which was set up by the ITC. This was the first food and personal care factory, so started around more than 10 years ago. So we have biscuits, atta, snacks, noodles, and there are more than 5 to 6 categories, what we produce, products which we produce in Haridwar. We are also having plant in the Guwahati in the state of Assam. This is a newly commissioned plant where we manufacture snacks and noodles. And we have Uluberia and Panchala in the state of West Bengal. These two factories where we produce biscuits, atta, and snacks and noodles. And we have one more manufacturing facility at Ranjangaon near Pune in the state of Maharashtra, where we produce atta, biscuits, again in snacks and noodles. And we have in Karnataka, we have two manufacturing facilities. One is Malur, located in the district of Kolar. So it is very close to Bengaluru also, where we manufacture noodles and pasta products. And here in our factory in Mysuru, we produce two products. One is potato chips under the Bingo brand, and ready-to-eat products under Kitchens of India. And we also produce instant mixes like gulab jamun and rava idli, etc. So again, we have newly set up one more plant at Tirchi in Tamil Nadu, so where we produce chocolate, biscuits, snacks, and beverages. And these are the two units where in Medak in Telangana state and Kurta in Orissa, these plants are yet to be commissioned. So probably these plants will be operational by the end of 2021. So since due to lack of time, I'm going to explain one of the product manufacturing the process of one product, that is potato chips, which we manufacture at Mysuru plant in the name of Bingo brand. So the process flow starts from the cold storage. So once we receive the raw potatoes from the farmers, it will be stored in the cold storage to increase the shelf life of the raw material, like wherein we maintain the temperature of 18 to 22 degree and the humidity less than 60%, so that the perishability of the potato is retained. So after the cold storage, the potatoes are being washed and then fed into the peeler. Peeler is a machine wherein the outer layer of the potato is peeled out before it goes to the next process. So you can see the next station, which is slicer. Slicer is a station where the peeled potatoes will be cut into small slices before they fed into the fryer. So the next process is fryer, wherein the potato slices are fried at high temperature around 180 to 184 degree, and then it is sent to seasoning. Seasoning is a station where this will give the final taste of the product. Like you might have seen the Bingo flavors like cream and onion, tomato or chili. So like whichever the product you want to produce, based on that you have to apply the seasoning of that particular flavor. So this happens, this takes place in this station, wherein the required flavor has been sprinkled onto the base chips, so that it will get the taste of the desired product. And then again it is this seasoned product has been sent to packaging, where there will be primary packaging and then secondary packing by means of carton bags, and then it will be sent for dispatch. So I will take you through a short video of showing the manufacturing overview of the potato chips. We'll play the video. Yes. This video is clear, or are you facing any issue with it?
Clear, sir.
Yeah. So just to give an introduction about ITC Mysore unit, we have started this plant in the year 2017. The specialty of this unit, this is operated by 100% women workforce. I mean, you can see the station operators, like the operators in the line are, ITA graduates, and they are all female employees. It is 100% run by the female operators. Generated by the operators and executed with the help of engineering team. So let us see what are the improvement ideas that has been implemented by our team. Yeah, you can see in this picture. So this is what this is the peeler shaft. So what happens during the potato peeling process, after a certain hours of operation, these peeler segments will tend to worn out. So in such case, you need to replace the, see this shaft length, which is around 2-meter length. So it has to be lifted by these women operators, and segment has to be checked. You can see the kind of difficulty they're facing in holding this and to executing this job. So let us see how they have come up with a better approach to do this maintenance in a easier manner. This peeler roller stand has been fabricated in-house. So in fact, the idea has been given by the operators themselves. So after this, they can perform this activity with much better ease, without any ergonomic hazard. So you can, as seen from this video, you can see that after a certain hours of operation, they have to change the laminate roll. And while changing the roll, this laminate roll will be having a weight of around 25 to 30 kgs, and it is difficult for a single operator to lift this. And every time they need to dependent on the other person to lift this, and it is also risky to carry this and then fix it on the spindle of the machine. So let us see how people have come up with innovative approach to tackle this issue. There's a movable stand with roller holder has been provided to avoid that issue. So that was the video which you have seen. This equipment, what you are seeing in the picture, this is called seasoning tumbler. So this is where the application of seasoning will happen to the base chips. So what happens, like you are running the for example chili product, I mean potato chips chili, then you want to change to cream and onion. So in such case, the process is like you have to wash this conveyor with water, so that the traces of or any leftover of the previous flavor is not present inside the tumbler. So it has to be dried, and then again you have to start with a new flavor. So they are facing difficulty moving this seasoning tumbler for the cleaning process. You can see that we have provided a spray nozzle system to clean the seasoning tumbler, so that they need not to move this equipment from its position, and it avoids all these safety issues of moving this heavy equipment which can cause any injury to the body part. Yeah, that's a small video showing our manufacturing process. So coming back to the slides. So now let us understand, what is the role of engineers in this kind of industries. What are they going to do? How they are going to contribute to the business growth, uh, and how they can create impact, in achieving the organization objectives. So you can see that the main role of engineers is to increase the uptime of plant and machinery by minimizing the breakdown. So this is where engineers play a major role, to ensure that plant and machineries are always available for the production, so that the production team can meet their target and they can cater the market demand. And if there is any unforeseen breakdown, it has to be rectified within short period of time, so that the downtime is minimized, and to optimize the production cost. So one of the important parameter is to control the production cost. So it, by means of, you have to analyze the wastages in the line, spillages in the line, and to increase the productivity. And then installation and commissioning of new machineries for capacity enhancement. For example, there is a there is more market demand, and then you want to set up a new line, or you want to start a new product, wherein this process involves ordering of the new machineries and creating the necessary infrastructure required for the machinery, and ordering of utility equipment and other infrastructural aspects. So the engineers has to take the quotation from the original equipment manufacturers, and then they have to evaluate these quotations both technically and commercially, and then take decisions for ordering the machineries, and then to execute the project within targeted time of completion and specified budget. So every year in every company, there will be some part of the expense has been allocated for the project purpose. So it might be expansion of the existing capacity, or using the advanced technology for the quality improvement, or EHS or ergonomic improvement. You need to create some kind of infrastructure. So you need to coordinate with the various stakeholders, like quality department, or the production, or the external vendors, and need to ensure that whatever the projects we have taken have been completed within the specified timelines, and without compromising on the quality part. So then to monitor and track the utility consumption, and to initiate actions to reduce the same. So in any manufacturing process, there will be various variable costs associated with the manufacturing. For example, if you want to produce a product, you will be using power to run the equipment, to run the machineries, processing or the packaging machineries, and you will be also using the water for washing or processing purpose, and also fuel, for the processing purpose. So what is that quantity? How will you track that? So you need to have a benchmark, and then you have to monitor these consumption parameters on a daily basis, so that you will be very sure that there is no excess consumption of these, which will again add more cost to the factory. And then training and skill development of the workforce. In a food factory, if you see, the operation team will be majorly from science or food technology background. So their knowledge about the technical aspects of the machinery and other engineering aspects is very limited. So in such cases, it is the prime responsibility of the engineering team to ensure that, they are primed properly so that, they can handle the day-to-day issues during the, running of the line, and they will be able to handle the minor issues in the line, without stopping the machines. And then if you see what kind of machineries will be there in FMCG sector, so these machineries can be broadly classified into three categories. One is processing machineries, and then packaging machineries, and utility machineries. So if you see the processing machinery, these are the machineries used in the process hall. So the reason for using these machinery might be different, like depending on the application, it might be for material transfer, or in case of us, it is potato washing, we use some machineries. We have for peeling, we have some machineries. It's and mixing also we have some machineries. So it goes on depending on the nature of the product. This varies. For example, you can see there are conveyors where the type of conveyor like belt conveyor, screw conveyor, bucket conveyors, based on the material to be conveyed. So and then we also use centrifugal pumps, with a variety of pumps like centrifugal, screw pump, piston pumps, etc. And we also use fans and blowers for process as well as human comfort also. And then we have mixers and blenders, and then cookers, fryers, or steam jacketed vessels for the processing. And then packing machineries in FMCG. The machineries used for weighing and packing of the finished product. So once the process is completed, so the product has to be weighed and packed according to the pack size of the specification set by the company. So the examples include multi-head weighers. So these weighers works on the principle of combinational weighing. So these weighers consists of number of buckets, with the load cell mounted on it. So depending on the set weight, so this weighers disperse the product for the packaging. So after the weigher, the next process is packing machine, wherein the formation of we call it as FFS packing machines in food industry. So where the formation of pouches happens from the laminate roll, and then product will be filled, and after filling it is sealed and then sent for online weighing and dispatch. So online weighing is a mechanism where we have put up a check weigher system, where if the weight of the carton is less than or more than the specified target weight, that carton box will be rejected, and then it has to be reprocessed, and immediately rectification action has to be taken to see that we are complying to the weight specified on the pouch. And then carton sealing machines for the packing of the carton. So I'll just take you through one small video of packing. So this is the distribution system. The main purpose of this distribution system is to ensure that the product is distributed uniformly to the each weigher, so that there will not be starvation of the product due to low product, or there will be excess product which can cause spillage and other issues. So the product flow will be uniformly distributed across all the packaging machines. I mean, firstly the weighers and then into the packaging machines. So these are the buckets you can see in the weighers. We call it the weigh buckets. Like each weigh bucket will have load cell mounted on it. So depending on the target weight set in the HMI, this will calculate the chips and disperse the required quantity of chips into the packing machine. Yeah. So this is the packaging process. So then comes the utility machinery. So these are the machineries usually located outside the process halls, but these are very essential for running your process and packaging machineries. So these machineries supply the required utilities for the machine like power, water, compressed air, steam, etc. So for example, you have a steam jacketed vessel, so without steam, you will not be able to produce anything. So for this purpose, you require steam boilers, and again, these DG sets or UPS or the power supply from the KEB. So and then you have air compressors, which supply compressed air at required pressure to the machines. And then we for to achieve the water filtration, we have water treatment plants and also effluent treatment plants. So coming to the career growth in FMCG. Usually, majority of the FMCG companies hire the fresher candidates through campus recruitment programs. So the selected candidates will be given a position as graduate engineering trainee. So wherein this candidate will be subjected to training for a period of 1 year, wherein he will be made to understand various process of the manufacturing, like he needs to understand how sales department works, what are their roles and responsibilities, how they contribute to the growth of the business, and then he need to understand the marketing function and then finance function. So once he go through vigorous training and he understands the manufacturing process completely for a period of 1 year, then it will be posted as executive. So it might be like maintenance executive if he's posted to maintenance department, or manufacturing executive if he's into manufacturing, or project executive if he's into projects. So it depends on the type of function one chooses. And then after gaining the experience and skill for a period of 2 to 3 years, he will be promoted to senior executive, and then it goes on like he can become assistant manager, and then manager, senior manager. After that, factory manager. So if you go above factory manager, there will be associate vice president, and then vice president, and then general manager or category head. It goes on like that. And then I'll just show you some of the glimpses of improvement ideas executed by our team of engineers at ITC. This farmer, and she's taking help of male person here. So let's see how we can tackle this issue. The stand has been provided, so that she can perform this activity without depending on anyone. And then the compressor alarm. So just to give a brief overview here, packing and processing machineries require minimum 7 bar compressed pressure continuously for their continuous working. So if there is any reduction in the compressed air pressure, so what happens, there will be lot of rejections and it will also lead to stoppage of the machineries. So since this utility machinery compressor is located outside the processor, so if there is any tripping of the alarm or tripping of the compressor or any issue of the compressor where it will reduces the pressure, so the operators inside the processor will not be knowing that. For this purpose, to avoid such kind of issues, we have provided a alarm system wherein if the compressor pressure drops to 6.5 bar, then automatically the buzzer will blow and people can go and check the compressor status, whether it is running or it is stopped, and they can take the rectification action accordingly. You can see that it has reached 6.5. Now the alarm will blow. This is a foolproof system we have implemented at our unit. You can see this metal. This is a metal detector. We call it as critical control point in terms of quality. So what happens? Sometimes even if the metal detector is in off condition, your packing machines will be running. It will be still producing the packets. So what happens in this kind of scenario? If there is any metal particle inside the product, there is a huge chances of this metal particle going along with the product, and it will be ultimately leading to customer complaints. And how we tackle this issue? So we have provided an interlock here. So what happens, even in case of they want to start the machine without a metal detector, the machine will not start until the metal detector is switched on. So we have interlocked both the metal detector with the packing machine, so that it will be always ensure that packing machine runs with metal detector on condition only. Just to explain this process, as you've seen in the earlier videos also, this is the laminate roll which needs to be changed for every 1.5 to 2 hours. They have to put a new roll. So once the old roll has been consumed, so let us see now how they are doing this process. In this video, you can see this. She has stopped the machine. She's cutting the residual laminate. She will remove this laminate roll and then she will put up new laminate roll. So during this process, the machine has been stopped. So you can see in this video, during this entire process, the machine is in stop condition, for some 5 to 8 minutes. Like for every 2 hours, the machine being stopped for changing the laminate, which is leading to stoppage of the machine, and ultimately the machine availability is reducing. So when you take for the entire shift operation, wherein you need to stop for some 15-20 minutes. So let us see how we have overcome this issue. You can see from this video, this was the earlier, the primary splicing plate. We have put up a secondary splicing plate here, and after this, there is a series of dancing rollers to create additional tension. You can see in the machine running condition itself, we are able to change the laminate, and we have avoided that downtime of 5 to 8 minutes, which we used to require for changing the laminate changeover. Now you can perform this activity when the machine is in running condition itself. So since we comes under essential manufacturing product category, we have been operating during lockdown period also. So we have produced our product, we have served the nation, to ensure that people have adequate stock of food products available to the public. So during this COVID-19 pandemic, we have taken, we have implemented several initiatives to reduce the chances of COVID-19 spread. So let us see what are the interventions, that have been implemented by our team. This is the sanitization of all raw material trucks and FG trucks. So before taking inside the plant, these vehicles are sanitized by spraying sodium hypochlorite solution to minimize the COVID-19 infection. Physical barriers to ensure social distancing norms in the canteen. The no-touch sanitizer, where the person need not to touch the sanitizer. It's a foot-operated one. You can see this is a physical barrier which we have fixed in the packaging section where the people need to stand near the machine and they have to perform this packing activity. So it's difficult to maintain the social distance norms. So we have provided a physical barrier between the employees. So those were some of the improvement ideas executed by our engineering team. So this is one of the tableau developed by our team for the energy analysis. You can see there's variable production parameters like variable variable cost associated with the production has been tracked on a daily basis. So you can see from this, we are tracking the chilled water generation, what is the power consumption of the chilled, to generate the chilled water, and what is the water consumption, and what is the electricity power generation, and what is the power cut details and diesel consumption, compressed air generation, and then steam generation. So we are monitoring all these parameters on a daily basis, which will be helpful to track and analyze, if there is any excess consumption and to take any rectification of consumption. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now I request if there is any queries by the participant, it can be asked. Any queries? If there are no queries, I will continue with the program. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ravi Kumar, for sharing your knowledge on the role of engineers in FMCG sector, processing, packaging, and utility machineries in the sector, and also briefing on the career growth of an engineer in FMCG sector and a glimpse of automation by engineering team at ITC Limited. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Mr. Madhu, for providing this opportunity, to interact with such a large group of students. In fact, this is my first session with a student fraternity, so it was a fruitful session. Hope you guys were able to get some look and feel of the manufacturing process, and I was able to share my knowledge on the food technologies. Thank you. Thank you, Madhu.
Your college would prefer to have an association with you in future also?
Yeah. Sure. We are looking forward to that kind of association. So you can get in touch with me. So now we can discuss and take it further.
Yeah. One more thing. There are questions in the chat box. Can you please answer to those?
Yeah. Just a minute. Okay. One thing. Okay. Could you please tell us the career opportunities in COVID-19 situation for an EEE engineer in ITC? Okay. I'll not speak about it's a COVID-19 situation or non-COVID situation. In generally, so what happens, as I said in my PPT also, the recruitment happens through, for a fresher I'm saying, it happens through campus recruitment. So even for our operators, people gone to the, ITA colleges across the Karnataka, and people have hired, students from various colleges. So, so that was one thing, in fact, this recruitment process has not been altered at ITC. So whenever there is a requirement, it is going as a regular process only. So what you can able to do, you can check our website, ITC website, wherein will come to know about any vacancies. and you can follow the website on a regular basis. Also, there are some job portals wherein the vacancies would be posted on the portals, so you can check that and you can try to apply to it. Yeah.
Any other queries? Okay, thank you, Mr. Ravi Kumar. Now I request all the participants to stay back for the valedictory.
Yeah, thank you everyone.
Hello. I request Shri Ravi Kumar sir to kindly stay tuned and will ask in for valid. We will start in a couple of minutes. Gopinath Rao sir, audible? Gopinath Rao sir, am I audible?
Who's asking? Ved Mohan, at least I am able to hear you.
Yes sir, thank you sir.
Or audio, where is my face? Somewhere.
Gopinath Rao sir.
Yes, sir, I am audible.
Yes sir, thank you.
They are waiting for somebody?
No sir.
Ved Mohan, can we start or we are waiting for somebody?
Just 1 minute sir. Just 1 minute. Good afternoon, one and all. Can you start the validation now? Hello, sir. Principal, sir. Can you start the program?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I am waiting.
Yes, sir.
I am waiting.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, one and all. I would like to welcome all of you for this valedictory program on 1 week short-term training program on automation technology sector, FMCG sector, in association hosted by Department of Mechanical Engineering, Institute of Technology, in collaboration with MSME Development Bengaluru, Ministry of MSME, Government of India. For one whole week, we have had marathon sessions wherein knowledge dissemination on automation technologies, on FMCG sector, on career opportunities, etc. We have had a lot of information and inputs to our scholars, industry persons, students, etc. So this is the we are all connected for the valedictory function on the last day of STTP. So first of all, I would like to invite Professor Srinath Katti to give us a brief report of the event. For this program, I would like to welcome the chief guest, Mr. Gopinath Rao, Deputy Director, MSME Development Institute, Bengaluru. The other day, you all have witnessed his session on the government schemes under MSME. Welcome you, sir, Gopinath sir. I would like to welcome Dr. Bansilal, Principal.
Thank you, very much.
Yes, sir. I would like to welcome Dr. Bansilal, Principal, NIE Institute of Technology, to preside over this valedictory function. Welcome, sir. I would like to invite Dr. Suresh Yevi, Professor Head, Department of Mechanical Engineering, which has organized this 1 week short-term training program on automation technologies in FMCG sector. Welcome, sir. I would also like to welcome all the resource persons who have given their valuable time in giving us a lot of knowledge regarding the automation technologies in FMCG sector. Shri Pranav Vidyarthi from XNG Automation, Shri Lokesh Kaushal from Rockwell Automation, Shri Ajay MS from Britannia Industries, Shri Srinivas A from CFTRI, Shri Baker Fen from MTR Foods, and Shri Ravi Kumar E, whose session we just concluded now. So I would like to welcome all of them for this valedictory function. I would now like to invite Professor Srinath Katti to kindly brief us, give a brief report of the week-long STTP. Over to you, Professor.
Good afternoon, delegates and the participants who have attended the sessions now. I am representing the organizing team of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, NIE Institute of Technology. I am privileged to present before you all a brief report of the proceedings of 1 week STTP on automation technologies in FMCG sector. We have organized this in collaboration with MSME Development Institute, Bengaluru, under the Ministry of MSME, Government of India. The week-long STTP was inaugurated on 28th September 2020 at 11 a.m. by the chief guest, Shri Rakesh Bhatt, the founder director of XNG Automation Solutions Private Limited, Bengaluru. The guest of honor, Shri G.R. Akadas, Director, MSME Development Institute, Bengaluru, in the presence of the HOD, Dr. A.V. Suresh. The inaugural program was presided over by Dr. Bansilal, the principal of NIE Institute of Technology. After the inaugural program, the first session of the STTP was engaged by the resource person, Mr. Pranav Vidyarthi, Director of XNG Automation Solutions Private Limited, Bengaluru, on the topic Introduction to FMCG Industries and Their Opportunities for Automation. The speaker explained the fundamentals of fast-moving consumer goods, which is FMCG, and consumer packed goods, CPG sector, and various industries coming under this domain, along with various processes involved in it. He introduced the topics of levels of automation, the controllers used in automation, PLC, SCADA, HMI, and so on, explaining the role in the automation process. The second day of the event, on 29th September, witnessed a beautiful session by the resource person, Mr. Lokesh Kaushal, the regional segment leader in packaging machinery for Asia Pacific region of Rockwell Automation Private Limited, Bengaluru. He addressed on the topic robotics and independent car technology in FMCG industries. The speaker explained the dedicated robot technology which can overcome the limitations of traditional equipments which are not able to cater to the current industrial requirements. He highlighted the values of car technology, which play a vital role in smart, flexible manufacturing. On Wednesday, 30th September, Mr. Ajay MS, Project Manager, Britannia Industries Limited, Bengaluru, engaged the third session of the event on process automation in biscuit productions. The speaker explained about the complete flowchart of the processes involved in biscuit production, giving a detailed account of the processes that have been automated in Britannia Industries. Using advanced production concepts such as lean manufacturing systems. The speaker gave an account of automation techniques implemented in raw material handling, liquid handling, mixing and molding, baking, packing, and the end-of-line automation through a beautiful virtual tour of the industry at the end of the presentation, which was a major highlight of the event. The session on the fourth day, 1st October, was engaged by Professor Srinivas A, Senior Principal Scientist and former HOD, Department of Grain Science and Technology, CSIR, Center for Technological Research Institute, CFTRI, Mysuru. He engaged the session on the topic Automation in Grain and Food Processing Industries. Professor introduced in detail the organization CFTRI and then explained the processing of paddy to make flattened rice and puffed rice, highlighting on the statistics regarding rice production in India. He introduced various automated machinery for preparing variety of foodstuffs. On 2nd October, the 5th day of the event, an interesting topic of process automation in dairy industry was taken by Mr. Baker Ninan Fen, manufacturing manager, MTR Foods Private Limited, Bengaluru. The speaker discussed about the complete set of processes involved in milk packaging and supply chain, giving a detailed account of processes that have been automated at Amul Dairy in Gujarat. He gave the audience a deep insight of dairy processes like homogenization, pasteurization, sterilization, and packing through, again, a beautiful virtual tour of Amul plant. The final day of the event, on 3rd October, today morning, Mr. Ravi Kumar E, Maintenance Manager, ITC Limited Foods Division, Mysuru, addressed all of us on the topic career opportunities and growth in FMCG industries. He gave a detailed portfolio of products like Bingo potato chips, giving a detailed account of processes that have been automated at ITC Limited for their production. He explained the role of engineers in FMCG sector and their career growth. On October 1st afternoon, we had a special session from Mr. Gopinath Rao, Deputy Director, MSME Development Institute, Bengaluru, the co-organizers of our event also. He took the session on assistance to entrepreneurs through MSME schemes. He introduced the volume of MSME sector in India in terms of employment, GDP, output, and exports. The speaker then explained various schemes like collateral-free loans, subsidy for technology upgradation, design clinic schemes, and so on, which can be availed by micro and small industries. He proceeded further to academic schemes, which can be availed by the engineering institutions like business incubators, IPR support, students project funding, and many more. All the sessions by the speakers were actively attended by the participants who were engaged in serious interactions through the question and answer sessions. Totally, we have got 531 participants who have registered for the event, which include professors, doctorates, research scholars from engineering institutions, including IITs and NIETs. We also had the participants as entrepreneurs, directors, managers from industries, and students from various engineering organizations, also from various schemes, various domains like agriculture, commerce also. So we have had a wonderful session with a wide spectrum of participants who have participated in the event. I hope you had a wonderful learning session for 1 week of the training program. I thank all the participants for making this event a grand success. Thank you, one and all.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Professor Srinath Katti. It was indeed a wonderful session for 1 week, and we would like to acknowledge their meticulous preparation and professionalism in delivering these presentations for our participants. For instance, on the second day, the speaker got the presentation of the first day and ensured that there would not be any overlap or disconnect or any kind of duplicity in topics. So it was indeed a very well planned sessions on all days. So I would like to thank all the resource persons for their extraordinary effort in making this event, this short-term training program, a great success. Thank you all resource persons. And moving on, in line with the mission of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, NIEIT Institute of Technology, we believe in continuous improvement and lifelong learning. And in any event, we would like to hear from the participants and would like to take the feedback from the participants. So looking at the number of the participants in this STTP, it is not practically possible to take the feedback from all the participants, but we would like to collect, consolidate and compile all your opinions through the Google form. However, we would like to hear from you, at least a couple of participants from various locations in this validatory function. So I would like to call upon a few participants only to give their oral feedback now. I would request you all, whoever would be interested to give their feedback, to kindly unmute yourselves and speak and keep your feedback short and crisp and to the point. And I believe that your feedback would be helpful in improving the processes and the systems and conducting the future activities from the Department of Mechanical Engineering and NIEIT Institute of Technology. So first of all, I would like to call upon Dr. Saravana Kumar Ji. Sir, am I audible to you, sir?
Yes, sir. Hello. Can you hear me?
Saravana Kumar Guruswamy.
Yes. Can you hear me? Hello.
Introduce yourself and start, sir, please.
Okay. Good morning to all. I am Dr. Saravana Kumar. Right now I am in Ethiopia. I am working in Federal TVET Institute. So I am part of Electrical Automation and Control Department here. So I registered this particular workshop and it went very well. So first of all, I thank for the organizer to those who organized this particular great short-term training program. So it is very much useful. So I think how much effort you put on this, gathering all these industrial people, it's a vast effort. Okay, it's a kind of good effort have done. So I thank, personally, I thank all the organizers, particularly those who are supported in the department. So with respect to, STTP, so it is purely, completely with respect to the automation only, because the people from the Rockwell Automation, from ITC, Britannia Industries, Amul Industries, so all these people, they delivered their concept in terms of industrial perspective, so it is very much useful for me. And also with respect to another one point I want to add is, so basically I'm working on this open source automation tools, okay, like PLC and HMI. So I'm integrating some kind of open source hardware for developing some automation system. So anyway, the application oriented, it is very well covered on this particular entire STTP. Sometimes we need to give some more practical approach, like doing some kind of basically some simulation maybe added in future to enhance the hands-on experience on this particular topic. So that's one thing I want to add. It is not a drawback. It may be due to your time limitation you were given. So anyway, overall, the feedback about this particular workshop is excellent, and also I thank all the interested people, those who have come forward to deliver their knowledge, to share our academic. So that is very essential for nowadays. So anyway, it's a great effort to conduct this kind of STTP. So that I thank all those and also thanks for the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sarvana Kumar Guruswamy sir. Next, I would like to call upon Mr. Shraddha Mahendra. Madam, am I audible? Are you there, madam? I think it was here. Shraddha Mahendra. Just saw you here. Mr. Rahul Kulkarni.
Hello. Am I audible? Hello.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Go on, sir, please.
Hello. Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Rahul Kulkarni from Sarfa Court. I look after maintenance and administration functions in Sarfa Court. First of all, I wish to convey my gratitude on behalf of all the participants to organizer for arranging such an enriching training program. Here you have provided opportunity to industry patterns to the students and college students to learn the roles of industrial organizers. Automation in particular is such a vast topic and very relevant in today's time when work from home become norm and high productivity is the requirement. So most of the topics in this program were carefully chosen and practically took everybody of us through specific industry practices. Speakers were quite knowledgeable and presentations were to the point, excellent, and taken us through the course of the automation process. Now talking about automation in FMCG sector, here our focus was mainly on the process automation, whereas nowadays this supply chain management, so consumer interaction and even reward system has become quite automated with the applications, our mobile applications. Marketing and sale concepts have taken revolutionary changes with this automation. So I think that part we have missed in this program. And we all could attend to such a program from home in the present era is itself is a fine example of technology and automation. With this fine note, I will like to share that we really enjoyed this learning experience, quite enriching experience. And once again, thanks to all the organizers, speakers, and participants. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Rahul Kulkarni from Sarfa Courts. I think the point you mentioned about the supply chain management, probably we would have to plan a separate series of sessions for those topics. We would take note of that. The first one we called Sarvana Kumar, I think he was from Ethiopia, and Rahul Kulkarni from Sarfa Courts. I would like to now call upon one person from Engineering College from India, Dr. Dilip B. Jani, Government Engineering College.
Yes, thank you, sir, for call upon me for this valuable feedback in this important STTP program. So far a week as we concern, most of the eminent speakers are called upon from various fields. They may have to discuss different aspects of the industry in the field of FMCG, so that we have got a lot of information that can be delivered later on to our students based on the material received as well as the information retired at the STTP. So thank you organizers for their hard work as well as to call upon the arrangement of eminent speakers of the field. Thank you for to be a part of this STTP. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to call upon Professor Tanmay Bhatt from Anand Agricultural University.
Audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I am Tanmay Bhatt, and have been working at College of Food Processing Technology and Bioenergy, Anand Agriculture University. I would like to thank the organizers for such a nice presentation. I think there are very less number of conferences which are there in automation, and I find it first. In my circle, so I would like to congratulate all. And it was very nice. All the sectors were covered: dairy automation, biscuit automation, the food processing sectors, especially the grain processing and agriculture, and the one which was covered by Mr. Fen regarding to the dairy in Amul Industries. I would just like to say that some of the fundamentals topics should also be covered because it was the direct one, so that the students could understand the basic quantities. And also, I would like that it should be conducted more and more times so that some other sectors also can be covered. With this, I would like to thank you all for conducting such a nice person. The industry persons were also very nice. They have conducted, they have given a good talk. Such PPTs or such videos are not able to see, but due to this current pandemic situations, we were able to see and we were able to take a global round of the how the people work in industry. And overall, it was very nice presentations. I would like that such a workshop or STTP should be conducted online more and more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your feedback. Dr. P. Ravi Kumar, HOD, Mechanical Engineering, CMRIT.
Sir, I am Dr. P. Ravi Kumar, Professor and HOD, Department of Mechanical Engineering, CMR College of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad. CMR College of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad. So I congratulate Department of Mechanical Engineering, NIE Institute of Technology for organizing this 1 week online STTP on automation technologies in fast moving consumer goods in association with MSME Development Center, Bengaluru. So sir, really all the sessions are useful from first day to last day, 6th day. They are very useful. First day, Pranav Vidyarthi, Dr. Sri Pranav Vidyarthi Garu, Director, XNG, Automation Technology, has explained very well. Second day, Sri Lokesh Kaushal Ji from Rockwell Automation Private Limited has presented very well about the automation technologies. Third day, MS Ajay Ji, Project Manager, Britannia Industries, presented the automation technologies. They are really wonderful. What are the videos presented? The automation technologies, how the live industry atmosphere was going on. It was disseminated very well. So especially the Director G.K. Akadas and Gopinath Rao sir from MSME on 4th day, and the scientist from CSIR, Sri Srinivas A, Senior Principal Scientist. So they have presented very well, sir. And especially on 5th day, process automation in food industries by Sri Baker Fen, MTR Food Industries. So especially we have seen how the Amul dairy is functioning and what are the various processes we have seen very well. All the presenters. Now today, Sri E. Ravishankar Ji presented very well about the maintenance activities and about the career opportunities in FMCG industries. They presented very well. So I really congratulate you, your department, for choosing this topic, especially the automation technologies, how the work is going on industries. You have presented very well, sir. So I congratulate you once again. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Professor Patel, CH, Lovely Professional University.
Good afternoon, participants, and good afternoon, all can say kind-hearted organizers. To congratulate for successfully organizing this 1 week camp. And I would like to explain much about that. Here, the topic which I covered is very correlated to the one who wants to be part of it as an automation engineer. Okay, it is excellent talk from various research institutes. Second day, which I attended from some scientists from, I think from FTRI, from Mysuru. That was excellent. And I got to know many ideas from related to agriculture sector. And second talk was the fifth day, yesterday, the Amul industry. How exactly the process is made and then complete from the raw material to the complete process. That was excellent. And that's all. I missed 2 hour sessions, but I'll go through the videos. Okay. I hope that will be useful for me. And again, I thank especially Ravi Kumar, Ravi Shankar, and Madhu and Srinath. Okay, and they organized well and without any technical glitches. It happened in between. Okay, it was a part of the event, and it was successfully. And I got many ideas. I got many information from this workshop. And again, thank you, one and all.
Thank you very much, sir. We have got feedback from professors and professionals. Any student who would like to volunteer giving the feedback here? Any student? Anyone from the student community would like to give your feedback on the STTP? I think with this we can conclude this feedback session. We would love to hear from each one of you. So kindly respond to the feedback form that would be given to you later, and we would like to compile all your opinions and make use of it for further activities. So we will move on. I would like to invite the chief guest of today's valedictory function, Mr. Gopinath Rao, Deputy Director, MSME Development Institute, Bengaluru. We have had one special session on the government schemes that are available for the development and assistance of entrepreneurship in this sector, and also about the awards and the financial aid that would be available, that would help the young entrepreneurs with their startups, etc. So I would like to invite Mr. Gopinath Rao, Deputy Director, MSME Development Institute, Bengaluru, who also represents the co-host of this STTP, to kindly address us all. Sir, Gopinath Rao, sir. Gopinath Rao, sir. Am I audible? Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. Please go on, sir. Sir, you can start, sir.
Hello. Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, you are audible, sir. Please go on, sir. Sir, the audio is clear. You can start, sir. Gopinath Rao, sir. Dignitaries and participants, just a minute. There seems to be some technical glitch from Gopinath Rao sir's end. We will fix it in a moment. Just a moment. Hello, sir.
Is any net connection issues?
Yes, sir. It's audible. Sir. Please. Yes, sir.
Now it's audible.
Yeah, yes, sir. Please go on, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Hello. Good afternoon to one and all.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. This, sorry for the inconvenience because of technical problem. And first of all, I must say thanks to each and every person and department and the college. You organize this wonderful programs. I think because of this corona, I feel this is wonderful opportunity, such a large gathering for this program. 500 plus is not a simple figure. If we had done it in physically without virtual, the things would have not been reached to that figure. So anyway, this is an opportunity, and all the participants, faculties, they are all really enjoyed what I felt. So each day I participated in the session, and along with that, you also involved the MSME, because whatever the schemes the government is giving, it's very important that it should reach to each and every person of the country. Especially with MSME being the most important sector in the Indian economy, the scheme for MSME should reach to all MSMEs. And being the important automation, what topic which you have chosen, very carefully you have chosen, and not intelligently you have selected the topic, and the faculties from renowned industries, they have also given wonderful information, and I'm really sure that students have enjoyed, and they got very good information. And the present situation, the automation plays an important role. And even though we are now telling automation makes some kind of the problem in unemployment, it creates some unemployment and all these things, but it's not possible. It is simply to enhance the scalability of the employees. That is the most important what we learned from this program. And after this, the MSME schemes, whatever we are trying to give some inputs on in MSME schemes, it is very important that MSME should make use of this. And the government at present giving more importance through its frequent packages, especially recent Atmanirbhar MSME scheme, where the MSMEs have been supported with 3 lakh crores funding pattern, funding with loan, and those units which are all already become NPA, and supporting such NPAs, supported also identifying the more potential sector, more potential MSMEs, which has got huge developmental plan. For such MSMEs, the funding support. So all these schemes which have been announced recently by the government, clearly shows how the government is very much keen interested in developing the sector. So with this, I think the MSMEs can take the benefits, and we are also from the department. We have taken initiative and we have developed. As per the instruction of the MSME ministry, we are daily uploading the data concerned to the MSMEs problems. Like we have opened, ministry has opened on portal called champions.gov.in. It is the portal where all MSMEs can post their grievances related to maybe loan, technology information, registration information, or any the project report information, or project identification information, or any scheme information, anything they can post in the portal. So right now in Bangalore itself, we have around 500 plus grievances we have received, and it has been successfully answered and cleared the cases. And more and more industries now they are coming into the line and they are uploading their grievances. So through this is a fast track attachment, fast track working to clear the MSMEs. So I think this even the students can ask what are the information they require from the MSMEs, any project identification, and which industry they want to visit, and from which industry they can get any information related to the raw materials, or technology, anything they can ask on the portal. So industries also can log in their grievances. So this is one of the wonderful opportunities the government is providing, and also with this today's this week long the program 6 days training program short term training program which organized by NIEIT Institute of Technology Mysuru is really wonderful, and also it is a great boon for all upcoming entrepreneurs. They can see the future in what is they can opt for the FMCG sector. So it's one of the most important sector FMCG, and I thank once again to all the organizers. And in future, anything you want, any from the MSME side, we are ready to help you. And please approach MSMEDI. And further, this will give a moral support to all other colleges. They can also come and join with MSMEs, and we can also organize a lot of programs. And also, I thanks Mr. Principal and the mechanical department of mechanical, and the students, and the organizers, and the HOD, and they have taken a keen interest and they have taken maximum effort to make this program a grand success. And once again, thank you, and thank you, sir, all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for that address and the information that you provided regarding the schemes and that special talk, and also for the assurance you have given. We would like to associate ourselves with MSME in our future programs. In fact, as per National Manufacturing Policy, if the investment increases from 16 to 25 as per the policy of NMP to produce 100 million jobs by 2022, MSME has a great role to play in that, to realize the vision of our Prime Minister of that of Atmanirbharta. Thank you very much, sir. Now I would like to invite the president of today's function, Dr. Bansilal, Principal, NIE Institute of Technology, to kindly deliver the presidential remarks. Sir, over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. The participants, the resource persons, the chief guest of today's valedictory program. Well, I have been here, being a part of the valedictory function for the last 40 minutes, and I have been hearing the feedback not only from the participants but also from the MSME Development Institute person. I would like to congratulate the Department of Mechanical Engineering of our institution for organizing with a vision this program. And I would just like to state one thing. I was reading today morning's newspaper, and many of you would have read it. Government of Karnataka had formed a group called Vision FMCG something. And yesterday, they delivered the report to our large and medium scale industries minister, Mr. Jagdish Shettar. And they have recommended that the Hubli-Dharwad region should be identified as a cluster of FMCG. That's what the report says. And it will be developed in 3 phases, phase 1, 2, 3. They expect minimum 50 companies at any given time to be a part of each phase, with 500 acres of land being made use of. And at the end of it, they expect a turnover of 25,000 crores with employment, both direct and indirect, to around 5 lakh people. I was just picked up this information in today's paper. And I found it so apt, we are having the last session and the valedictory, and I see an article on FMCG sector with reference to Karnataka. And Hubli Dharwad, he says, is being recommended because it will cater to areas like Bombay, Pune, Belgavi, Bangalore, etc. That's what, this is the brief in report which I could read in today's paper. And it very well relates to the program that has been organized. So I hope the participants would have learnt a lot. And I want to inform you that, sir, we will definitely be in touch with your institution, MSME Development Institute, Bangalore. We will be in association with you, and a lot more things can be expected in future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the presidential remarks. I would like to now call upon Dr. Suresh Yevi, Professor and Head, Department of Mechanical Engineering, which has hosted and organized this 1-week online short-term training program on automation technologies in FMCG sector. We have had his introduction in the first day on inauguration. I would like to call upon our head of the department to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you. Very good afternoon, one and all. We have come to the last leg of this 6 days STTP. It was jointly conducted by the Department of Mechanical Engineering and MSME. And everybody is aware that today's world is basically banking on integrated approach. And naturally, when I say integrated approach, it is automation. And automation exists in all sectors. But basically, mechanical engineering department, we derived this theme. We wanted to focus on fast-moving consumer goods and what are the driving forces to meet the demands. And naturally, there is no other option. We have to go for the automation technologies in fast-moving consumer goods to reduce the cost, because automation is basically depends on the quantity. So it's my immense and great pleasure for me to propose vote of thanks for this valedictory function. Firstly, I would like to thank our chief guest, Sri Gopinath Rao. He is the Deputy Director of MSME. And MSME is the one organization, right, which is helping the sectors like small, medium scale sectors. So automations can be, derived from these sectors to meet the demands. I thank you, sir. I thank you, Mr. Gopinath Rao. I thank you, sir. I would like to express my sincere thanks to our principal, Dr. Bansilal. He is the motivating force for us. And we went and explained to him we would like to conduct a training program, a short-term training program. He was so pleased and he has supported us. So it's my duty to thank him. I thank you, sir. I would like to thank the management of NIE Group of Institutions. They are the backbone of this all activities. So I thank all the members of the management for providing opportunity for us to conduct this STTP program.
And I would like to thank all the resource person, Sri Pranav Vidyarthi from XNG Automation,
Mr. Lokesh Kaushal, Rockwell Automation, Sri Ajay MS Britannia, Sri Srinivas EA CFTRI, Sri Baker Fan from MTR Foods, and Sri Ravi Kumar E from ITC Limited. And they have accepted our invitation, and we have requested them to give the schedule. They readily accepted, and they have delivered in related with automation technologies, which is more beneficial to all sectors, right from the academia, industry, and students. I thank all the resource persons on this occasion. And I would like to thank our associate organizers, Sri G.R. Kadas, is the director of MSME Development Institute, and Sri Gopinath Rao, Deputy Director, MSME Development Institute. And they were, great when we put forth this proposal of jointly organizing. And they said they are willing to associate and help us out for conducting this STTP. So for any clarification, I think Mr. Gopinath Rao is the right person. So they can contact him, especially for any clarification connection with MSME. And I would like to thank especially the main coordinators of this STTP, Mr. Srinath Katti, Mr. Ravi Shankar MD, and Mr. Madhu R. Probably they are working on this since 15 days. And right from the scratch to the last day, they are totally involved in conduction. And a special thanks to them. And I thank all the faculty, technical staff, Department of ME. And I thank all HODs and faculty of other departments. I thank all the participants, those who are representing from nation as well as international participants, for their active participation in this program. And I have to specially thank the Google, because that is the platform, virtual platform, we could use for conduction of this event. And probably this virtual platform is more effective for these type of programs, because we have almost having more than 500 participants across the globe. So a special thank to Google. And I have to thank press and media. And I have to thank those people who are directly or indirectly involved in this conduction of this event. I thank one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. As it is said that all good things come to the end. So we have come to the end of this 1 week online short-term training program. The videos of various sessions and the details of those resource persons will be shared to you, and the certificates will be reaching you latest by 1 week. So we would look forward to your cooperation and participation for our future activities as well. For any queries, you have the WhatsApp open for you. So we have come to the end of 1 week STTP. Thank you all. Thank you very much for your enthusiastic participation all these days. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Namaskar.